Hello everyone, this is Miss Benoit. Throughout the year I'm going to try to come up with a couple of videos for you parents to see what it is we're learning in math, since we teach it a little bit different than what we learned it. So this week has been place value, and so I'm just going to kind of go over a couple of the things that the kids need to know before their test. So obviously they need to know if we have a number like 4,142. They need to know that this is the ones place, this is the tens, hundreds, and of course thousands. They will have some numbers that will go over here into the 10,000s and the 100,000s. So what they need to know also is the value of these numbers. They are struggling with this. They can tell me that the tens has a 4 in it, and that's the tens place. But they need to be able to tell us the value. So if it is a 4 in the tens place, the value of it is 40. So we tell them that the value is the worth, and all you do is, if they want the value of the digit 4, then you're going to come here, you're going to write your 4, and then you're going to just count how many numbers are behind that 4. There's only one number behind that 4, so you only need 1 0. So the value of that number is 40. They also need to be able to compare numbers. So if we have a number like 4,142 and we need to compare it to 3,456, for example, they need to know that we want to line it up by what we call place value. So you're going to line it up nice and even, and you're going to simply start on your left. And here on your left you can see right away 4 is greater than the 3. So we tell them anytime the number is greater, in the greatest place value is where you have to have the little alligator go and eat that number. If, for example, you have a number like 332 or 356, if you're looking at these two, obviously here that's the same number, so we can't tell which one is greater. But then when you get to the next place value is what we tell them, then we can clearly see that the 5 is larger than the 3, so that means that 332 would be less than 356. They also need to know expanded form of a number. So if we look back at this number 4,142, they need to be able to expand that number into each value. So you're going to look at it as 4,000 plus 100 plus 40 plus 2. So the way we tell them to do that is to start with the first number. So if we're doing expanded form here, we're going to say start with your first number, it's a 4. How many numbers do you have behind that? You have 3 numbers behind that, so you're going to have 3 zeros. Then we need an addition sign. Here's our hundreds. This number had its turn, so we don't need it anymore. Now we go here. So this is the 1. We're going to bring it down. How many numbers does it have behind it? 2. So it needs 2 zeros. We need another addition sign. 1 had its turn, now it's the 4's turn. So we bring the 4 down. How many numbers are behind the 4? Only 1, so we need 1 0. Another addition sign, and then the lonely 2 gets to come down here. So this is what we call, excuse my writing, expanded form. They need to know standard form. That is also a form that will be on the test. So that just means that they have to be able to take this number and put it into standard form. So if they're given it in expanded, they have to take it and bring it into standard. So we tell them, super simple. It's an addition problem. Just line it up by place value. So you just line them up and we tell them, then you will get your number. And a number in standard form is simply just the number written as the number. And then the kids also have to do word form. That's something that they don't struggle with quite as much. So these are the types of things that they're having to do this week if you want to check on them and make sure that they know what's going on. I'm going to try to send them a homework worksheet tomorrow that has a little bit of everything so that you can maybe work with them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. Have a good night.